Planet Dolan.
From dancing around naked to scarfing down waffles, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts some of the best true stories from our subreddit about the weirdest punishments our school ever gave us. I'm Melissa, and today I'll be your narrator. Number 10 was submitted by KomasanGaming. When Honeybits was in 3rd grade, she would throw sand at other students. She also had a crazy teacher who would always give students crazy punishments. One day, when her teacher caught Honeybits throwing sand at her classmates, she gave her an unusual punishment. Her teacher made her eat 3.5 handfuls of sand. Each handful of sand felt like shards of glass sliding down her throat. Once Honeybits was done eating the sand, her teacher suspended her for a day. Number 9 was submitted by Afastdudeonreddit. Derek was in 5th grade when he was playing dodgeball with some friends. When he threw the ball, it missed one of his friends and hit his teacher's foot. The teacher scolded him and his friends before sending them to the school garden to remove bugs. Derek and his friends had to pick bugs that ate the flowers, put them in a bucket, and then kill them with a stick. It was disgusting for them, and to this day, Derek doesn't even know why all of that was necessary. The teacher did get fired a week later though. Number 8 was submitted by SatanCube9. One time, when Hellbent was 6, he went to the bathroom and found out he had a wound on his private part. So, he walked out of the bathroom and showed it to his teacher to get a band-aid. Instead of giving Hellbent a band-aid, his teacher forced him to take off all his clothes and dance around for the rest of the day. Later, his teacher was arrested. Number 7 was submitted by Silent Knight 487. In primary school, MKLM had a very strict teacher. Whenever someone in class talked too much or wasn't paying attention, she would make the student stand in front of the class. The class would then be allowed to pelt the student with whatever they wanted. One day, MKLM came home with a gash on his forehead from a thrown stapler. When his brother noticed, he told him what happened. His brother then told their parents, who immediately brought it up with the school. Soon after, the teacher was fired. Number 6 was submitted by HarveseyGames03. When Pringle was a sophomore, he wanted to get a waffle for breakfast. Once he bought one, he ate it as he walked up the stairs to the library. While he chewed his waffle, he stepped into the library where his teacher saw him. Assuming he finished it in there, Pringle's teacher made him buy 10 waffles, which cost a total of $9. She then made him eat all of them. He ended up getting sick in class, so he was sent home. Number 5 was submitted by JustNarcissist001. Back when he was in high school, Nixium had one of the worst history teachers ever. She was extremely sexist and made everything in history that went bad a man's fault. One day, she was trying to explain the women's right to vote movement, except with every gross exaggeration Hollywood had thrown in over the years. Nixium tried to correct her, but she called him a male chauvinistic pig in front of the entire class. The next day, she made him walk around the entire school while wearing a pregnancy belly and carrying a pair of crying dolls. He had to do that all day, which was the most embarrassing thing he's ever had to do. All because he tried to tell his teacher that she was getting her facts wrong. Number 4 was submitted by a little kid 39. James Shark was in 9th grade when he decided to bring his Nintendo DS to school one day. While sitting in class, he turned it on. As soon as the DS came on, the sound blared since he forgot to check the volume. It made his teacher run to his desk and snatch it from his hands. She then threw it in her desk instead of telling James Shark to go to the principal's office, and then pulled down his pants and made him twerk in front of the entire class. While twerking, he had to say, "I'm a virgin," 10 times. As James Shark did what his teacher told him to do, the principal walked in and saw what was going on. He yelled at the teacher, "You're fired!" Number 3 was submitted by MimiQ is Me. One day, Sid decided to skip class so he could make out with his girlfriend in the closet. While they were making out, Sid knocked some stuff over. A teacher heard and opened the door to find them on the floor. She said, "If you like to kiss that much, then why stop?" The punishment she ended up giving Sid and his girlfriend was that they had to go the rest of the day kissing each other without stopping. Needless to say, it made for a very awkward rest of the school day. Number 2 was submitted by Anna Was Here. The weirdest punishment Doopy had ever received from a teacher happened when she was in the 3rd grade. They were doing a project in class one day, but Doopy thought it was the worst idea ever. However, the teacher overheard and told her to tell everyone in class why she hated the idea. After Doopy told everyone in her class why she thought it was a bad idea for a project, Her teacher gave her a dirty look and told her to follow her into the hall. When Doopy talked to her teacher in the hall, her teacher told her to go to every classroom and tell them why she hated the project. So, Doopy went to every classroom and explained to the other teachers and students why she hated the project in her class. When she was done, she returned to her class where her teacher made her write, "I hate this project," 100 times on the blackboard. Number 1 was submitted by Mote-of-Lobross. When he was in school, Spinal Palm was viewed by his school's faculty as being a Satanist. It was because they knew he played D&D, read fantasy novels, and listened to heavy metal. This happened during the time where kids who enjoyed things like that were given such a label, and got in a lot of trouble for it. So, instead of giving Spinal Palm and his friends detention, or in-school suspension like they usually did, the vice principal made them attend meetings for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. The meetings basically consisted of prayer and Bible study sessions for the coaches and jocks in the school. It lasted for 2 hours every morning, just before school began. Spinal Palm and his friends felt as though they were in a nightmare, since every time they went to one of those meetings, they would get prodded and harassed to testify on their sins. One time, the people at the meeting even pressured Spinal Palm to get baptized in the gym swimming pool. It all stopped when the parent of one of Spinal Palm's friends threatened to sue the school for religious discrimination. Huge thanks for the folks over on our Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. We have another question for you. What are some things you did as kids that would be considered creepy today? Let us know in the Reddit page linked below, and you might be featured in a future countdown.
Oh, thanks, Dolan. Guys, there's a hot new update to Dolan Cut Turbo.
No way! This game has customizable cards now!
Increase your turns, health, and overall speed, so the days of one-hit death are over.
Catch you guys next time.